Hi, my name is Michael Carr. I'm the lead artist for Carrver Creations, and I put the car in Carrver Creations. So I used to work in the film industry. I was a styro carver for film, and I started using chainsaws instead of the old traditional wires and horse combs. I moved back to Calgary, and when I moved back to Calgary, I started working in healthcare, mainly in the group homes, and I moved up to management level. From there, things were going really good. I enjoyed my job, enjoyed the clients. Then I got laid off, and because I got laid off and didn't have a social worker degree, it was hard to find work. So I had a lot of doors closed on me. While those doors were closing, I started chainsaw carving. It was actually scary because I've always been financially stable. And at that point, I suddenly was chipping into my savings, and I was chipping in all this. Then I'm like, if it wasn't for the carvings, I didn't know what I would do. I was kind of like everywhere, and I was asking all my buddies for work. I was doing mowing lawns if I could. And then a lady recommended me go talk to Momentum, and I'm so glad I did, because I was basically, now I meet all the bills and the rent and everything else that comes forward. But before, I was kind of like, it'd be like 7 carvings, and I'd still be trying to make ends meet. And I'd be like, man, this is a lot of time, but I just can't catch up. I don't know what I'm doing here. But then I realized that my time and energy and paying for the gas of the saw and the chains and the supplies and everything should be totaled in. Whereas before, I was just kind of like throw it out the window and carve and then collect the money, and then realize I don't have any money because I've spent it all on chainsaw gas and stuff. So it was one of the best things I've ever actually done. It was good. That's not the right music. A week after I launched, I got my business program going, and I got the license and everything ready to go. I got a project. I started carving. As I was carving, I had a chainsaw carving grinder. It's like a regular grinder that has a disc on it. The thing kicked back, fractured my wrist. I let go, but I was holding onto the thing, and it was still moving. And as it did, it went and sliced right across all my fingers. Went to the ambulance came 7 minutes later. 20 minutes later, I was in surgery. They put the fingers back on, they stitched it, everything like that. Then that week was okay, and then I was thinking about dropping out, because I'm like, well, there's no way I can carve. I'm done. This art career's done. Everything's kind of done. I can't move forward on this. I can't really carve with one hand. And then Momentum and my dad actually kind of kept mentioning to me, just stick it out. Just ride it through. You've planned for this. Just ride it through, at least just get through the program and just see what happens from there. And I did. And I'm glad I had that time, because now things are going good for it. I kept thinking at first, well, what is Momentum going to give me that I'm not doing already? And there's a big difference between the two. I found out that what I was doing before was just, I was working for the work. Now I work for myself, and I enjoy the job. If Momentum wasn't part of my journey, I probably would be on a construction site somewhere, making minimum wage, or struggling to try and find a way to go back to school. I'm sure I would have found a path, but wouldn't have made me as happy as I am today.